That's where the Dead Sea is now.
A pool near the Dead Sea have mysteriously turned blood red.
The once crystal clear waters of the Dead Sea are now coming under threat. A recent discovery made in Jordan showed a mystical lagoon adjacent to the Dead Sea, which has turned into a disturbing shade of red. Experts in the region are baffled and everyone else is in shock. The photographs of the blood-red waters have caused quite a stir on social media, and for good reason. In the Old Testament, the 10 plagues sent upon Pharaoh by God to release the Jews from slavery included this very phenomenon. Some have even speculated that this could be a sign that the end times, as foretold in Revelation 16:4, are approaching. Is it possible that this biblical prophecy is coming to fruition? Could this be the end of the world, or just a strange natural phenomenon? Join us as we uncover the terrifying discovery in Jordan, which defies all sense. Nestled between the rugged mountains of Jordan and the rolling hills of Israel, the Dead Sea is a true natural wonder. Thanks to its healing properties, among the oldest lakes in the world, its origins can be traced back to around 4 million years ago. Its surface lies more than 400 meters below sea level, making it the lowest point on Earth. But it's not just its depth that sets the Dead Sea apart. Fed by the Jordan River, a 251-kilometer long river that flows through the Sea of Galilee and into the Dead Sea, its hypersaline waters have been a source of fascination for centuries, with a salt content that is 10 times higher than the average seawater. In fact, the name Dead Sea comes from the fact that no fish or other marine life can survive in its waters. The high salt content also gives the water a unique buoyancy, allowing people to float easily on its surface. While the Jordan River may not be as well known as the Dead Sea, it holds significant importance in Judaism and Christianity, and is mentioned in the biblical canon as the river that the Israelites crossed into the Promised Land. But the Dead Sea is more than just a novelty for tourists. It has a rich history and has been used for various purposes for centuries. The ancient Egyptians, for instance, believed that the mineral-rich waters had medicinal properties and would send their sick to be treated at the Dead Sea. Today, people still flock to the Dead Sea to take advantage of its natural healing properties. The high salt concentration in the water is said to help with a variety of skin conditions such as eczema and psoriasis, and the mineral-rich mud found along the shoreline is believed to have rejuvenating effects on the skin and improves pain in patients suffering from knee osteoarthritis. In addition to its therapeutic benefits, the Dead Sea is also a popular destination for those interested in the history and culture of the region. The area surrounding the Dead Sea is home to numerous historical and religious sites, including Masada, a fortified palace built by King Herod and Qumran, where the Dead Sea Scrolls were discovered. However, the beauty and wonder of the Dead Sea is now coming under threat. The Dead Sea has seen a significant decline in recent years, likely due to climate change. It is currently around 31 miles long and 9 miles wide at its widest point. However, the water level of the Dead Sea has decreased by more than 131 feet since the 1950s and is now dropping by nearly 2 feet every year, according to the Society for the Protection of Nature in Israel. Last year, the Alexander River turned blood red due to blood from slaughterhouses in the West Bank seeping into the river. In the Bible, this is described as one of the 10 plagues that occurred as a punishment for the Pharaoh's refusal to free the Jewish slaves. These plagues are believed to have occurred between 1570 and 1440 BC. In this account, God turned the Nile's waters into blood, killing the fish and making the water undrinkable for the Egyptians. The eastern beaches of the and Qumran, where the blood-red pond is located, are also the site of the fabled cities of Sodom and Gomorrah, which were supposedly destroyed by God due to their wickedness. The head of the Al-Karak Council's Water and Agriculture Committee announced that authorities were looking into finding the source of the mysterious red waters. However, Jordan's ministry spokeswoman, Omar Salama, stated that the cause of the strange coloring remains unexplained for now. Some theories have been proposed, such as the presence of a specific type of bacteria and red algae that thrive in salinity and change color in sunlight, although this does not explain why the water turned red while neighboring pools did not. Others have suggested that iron oxide in the water could be responsible for the color change, but there is no explanation for how it got there or why the change happened so suddenly. The chairman of the Jordanian Geologist Syndicate even proposed that the red color may have been caused by human intervention. Many Jordanians are accusing the government of concealing a pollution source or using the pool as a dumping ground for waste chemicals, as signs of the impending judgment day, citing the verse from Revelation chapter 16, which speaks of one of the plagues that God will pour out upon the world, which predicts that large amounts of water will turn to blood when Armageddon comes. Some are wondering if the events we are seeing now are also predicted in the Bible. As recorded in Revelation 8:8, the second angel blew his trumpet and caused a catastrophic event to unfold. A massive mountain, ablaze with fire, was thrown into the sea, and as a result, a third of the sea turned to blood. This verse tells us of the destructive power that was unleashed when the second angel sounded his trumpet. Some believe that this event could be linked to a meteor shower, a catastrophic event that would bring with it hail, fire, and blood. The first trumpet predicted such a disaster, and it is believed that this event will be a prelude to an even greater calamity. According to the Bible, the reference to the sea in the scriptures refers not only to the vast saltwater oceans, but also to the freshwater bodies of the earth, including lakes and rivers. It is believed that these freshwater sources will be affected by a future trumpet judgment, possibly involving the Mediterranean Sea, which is associated with the beast mentioned in the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verses 11 to 18. This end times figure, though not mentioned until later in the tribulation period, will have already made his arrival by this stage. The beast, who holds sway over commerce during these difficult times, will suffer a great financial loss as a result of this second trumpet judgment, as a third of the sea is turned to blood. This judgment serves as a reminder of the plagues that fell upon Pharaoh and Egypt when he refused to let the Hebrew people go. As recorded in Exodus 7:14-22, Moses was instructed to tell Aaron to take his staff and point it towards the waters of Egypt, causing them to turn bloody. And so it came to pass that the Nile turned to blood when Moses and Aaron obeyed the Lord's command. In the same way, God will punish the beast for suppressing those who refuse to worship the head of the revived Roman Empire, just as he punished Pharaoh for his suppression of the people of Israel. It is also recorded in the Bible that water is also changed to blood in the book of Revelation, where it was written, "And I saw the second angel pour out his bowl into the sea, and it became as the blood of a dead man, and every living soul died in the sea. And the third angel poured out his bowl into the rivers and fountains of waters, and they became blood. And I heard the angel of the waters say, Thou art righteous, O Lord, which art and was and shall be, because thou hast judged thus. For they have shed the blood of saints and prophets, and thou hast given them blood to drink, for they are worthy. And the two witnesses that were spoken of in Revelation 11:6 were given power to turn water into blood. These events occurred during the tribulation period, a time of great trial and judgment. The Dead Sea, with its significant biblical and religious importance, serves as a reminder of God's power and justice. The Dead Sea Scrolls, discovered in the Qumran caves near the Dead Sea, contain some of the oldest known copies of the Hebrew Bible and provide a glimpse into the beliefs and practices of ancient Jewish sects such as the Essenes. Archaeologists are diligently working to restore the Dead Sea Scrolls, ancient texts believed to have recorded the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. These cities are thought to have been located on the southern shore of the Dead Sea, and the area known as Geti near the Dead Sea is mentioned in the Bible as the place where King David sought refuge from Saul. In recent years, scientists from Israel and Germany have discovered that the Dead Sea floor contains fractures that allow fresh water to rise up from beneath the seabed. Despite the high salinity of the water, which makes it inhospitable to marine life, various types of bacteria and archaea thrive on the seafloor and feed on the minerals that rise through the fissures. The area's unique atmospheric conditions, warmth, and mineral-rich water make it a popular tourist destination with claimed healing properties. According to Islamic beliefs, the Dead Sea is the site of the ancient city of Sodom, where the prophet Lot lived. The people of Sodom, as described in the Quran, were ignorant, sinful, and wicked, rejecting God's call to righteousness. They included murderers, thieves, and those who engaged in sexually immoral activities. Lot preached God's truth, but was unsuccessful in convincing his own wife to believe. As punishment for their wrongdoing, God is believed to have turned the city upside down and rained down on them brimstones as hard as baked clay, spread layer on layer, Quran 11-82-83. This location is now the Dead Sea, which serves as a metaphor for destruction. According to the Quran, this site was left as a warning for future generations. Devout Muslims often have an aversion to the Dead Sea region because of its association with this story. Muslims who do visit the Dead Sea are encouraged to remember the story of Lot and his stand for righteousness among his people. The Quran states, "And to Lot we gave wisdom and knowledge, and we saved him from the town which practiced abominations. Truly they were a people given to evil, rebellious people, and we admitted him to our mercy, for he was one of the righteous." Quran 21-74-75. Recently, there have been credible reports of water turning blood red in various locations around the world, including the Netherlands, Australia, Lebanon, China, and Sri Lanka. It is unclear what is causing this phenomenon, but some speculate that it may be related to prophecies or other supernatural occurrences. What do you think is behind this strange occurrence? Let us know in the comments.